All right, welcome everybody to the legendary interview section. Y'all already know who I am, Kevin Anytime, Director of Mindset Matters, where we talk about mindset topics. This is the Mindset Matters channel. So if you like mindset, definitely like and subscribe. Got my man Declan over here, and he is going to give you guys a little bit of insight into what he does, man. We just was kind of talking because he said he had been watching a few of my videos and stuff like that, and we just kind of started kicking it. And he actually told me a few things that he had done in the past that I thought was pretty freaking interesting. So I thought I would let you guys in on that. But yeah, without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce my man Declan, and go ahead and let them know where they can follow you, and just give them a rundown of your name and everything.
Will do. First off, Kevin, seriously, I appreciate you having me on here. Very blessed. I'm Declan OReilly, the owner of Matrimont, the highest rated online marketing company in Virginia. And a big thing is, and I talked to Kevin about mindset and all this stuff, but a big thing with making money or moving on to any entrepreneurial path, anything like this is mindset. And that's one of the reasons, to kind of bring up speed, why I love Kevin and his content is like, now more than ever with the way the world is, like mindset does matter. And it's like, it's almost critical to have your head right before you have anything else right. Because if you're not like solid up here, everything else is like very shaky foundation. So, definitely that's the first thing. That's why I love your content. So appreciate that. A little bit about me. I own the highest rated online marketing company in Virginia, Matrimont. And what we do is digital marketing, but I also have a lot of, info products, ways for people to make money online. So, whether that's affiliate marketing, drop shipping, you name it, there is a very simple way to make money online. And I think a big part of all this is knowing what is legit and what's a scam. Because Kevin, how many times have you gotten emails for, get rich in 20 seconds, get 10K deposit to your bank? It's bullshit. You know what I mean? It's fucking fake. So that's one of the things that, definitely let's talk about, share, is like the simple ways to grow online and stuff like that. A lot of stuff like
Got you. That's what's up, man. Yeah. So are you big on social media or no? Not too much?
So Facebook, decently amount. I don't post a lot. I use Facebook Messenger a ton to message people and do that. But I just started a YouTube channel, which I'll, drop a link to, or Kevin would kindly do that after the video. Basically, I just started that recently to start pushing this stuff out there. But a lot of the stuff has been mostly just Facebook Messenger. I'm just now really taking to social media because I spent the last 4 years, honing my skills and working on marketing and the knowledge. So now I'm kind of taking it out and educating the masses, so to speak, and giving people this knowledge so they can do the same.
Got you. All right. That's really cool, man. Well, with the whole agency that you have here at Matrimont, how did that process start off for you, man? Like, what got you into that? What was like the little path that you went on to jump into that?
So great question, Kevin. I think a big thing, and I think this is why anyone tries to get online is, A, they want to make more money, and B, they want to have that freedom to do whatever they want. They don't want to have anyone telling them what to do. They don't want to have anyone, commanding them around. I mean, it sucks to have a boss. You know what I mean? I mean, it's fucking, they just tell you what to do. Like, they're basically your God and overlord. And like, I remember having a boss and all that shit. And it was like, you just like, and I get it. Not everyone can be, macho man. I understand, like, everyone has a role to play, but like, it really, and that was one of the big things, is like just being able to do what I want when I want, and not in like an immature, like, I don't want to get out of bed, but like,
right.
You're basically a boss's little bitch. You are. And, I mean, it's the only way to put it. You have to do whatever they tell, like, and it's fucked. So that's the big thing, is getting freedom, getting financial freedom, and moving away from that. So when I started off, I mean, like I've told people this all the time, like I barely passed high school. You know what I mean? I had good social skills, but as far as like retaining knowledge and reading books and stuff, I mean, I just kind of fucked up. I didn't like it, but like it's super, super difficult to, at least for me, to learn a lot of this shit. And what's funny is when I talk to a lot of people, they're like, so did you go to, MIT, Harvard, or like, where did you go to college to learn all this shit? And I'm like, I didn't go to college. Like I just applied work ethic and the right mindset and basically achieved all this stuff. Broke 6-figure agency. I'm almost at 7-figure agency per year now. And I tell people I barely passed high school. And it's like, that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this with everyone, because it's like, it really isn't about what degree you have, where you went to school, it's literally about what you have in here and how hard you're willing to work. And it's all doable. I mean, you would agree with the mindset part of that is it's like the first step in moving forward. Yeah.
So in my experience, I totally agree, simply because, and you could probably share a similar experience. And I can tell by what you were saying, like because when all of that stuff comes to you, when you get, the income and all of these different things, if you don't have a proper set goal of how you want to be and how you want to show up, everything's going to come at you really, really fast. And that could cause you to jump into maybe really bad habits, or get into your head too much about outside, opinions and things like that. So the way my journey is I kind of got solid in myself and then decided, oh, okay, it's kind of like what you did, I guess I would say. Because I was like, okay, let me get solid in myself and then let me go ahead and go on this mission. Right. And so that for me was a better way, because as we started to get a little bit, this is when I was working for this previous company, when I was an owner of a previous company. When we started to get a lot of notoriety, it really didn't bother me. It really wasn't something that was like, oh my goodness, I got to witness other people be in that state, but I was already way past that. My thing was just focusing on educating people, on keeping their mind set in a particular direction. So in your experience, man, what would you say happens in the grand scheme of things of when you start accumulating funds, or what made you come to the conclusion that mindset was the key to drive this forward?
So excellent question, Kevin. And this is a big thing that a lot of people don't. It's more of like, it's not how you think, it's what you do with what you think. And I think what's really interesting is a lot of it is like, at least in my experience and the way I've kind of come to this higher understanding, is like a lot of people think that like a mindset is like, all right, now I think I want money. And it's like, wow, this is like, it's like a really kind of stupid, immature, like it's solely thinking, but it's like your brain is the beginning. Like a thought is the beginning of all action.
Mm-hmm.
If I look at someone and say, I want to, crash into that car, I don't crash in the car. My brain tells my body to step on the accelerator. Everything happens in the brain. Whether that is, I want to sleep in today and not work. Whether that is, I just want to fucking, play video games and smoke weed all day. That happens up here first. And a lot of people think it's just like, it happened, their urges, but like everything happens here first. And once I understood that, like, if I basically had a mindset where I controlled everything up here first, then I could control everything else. So what I did was like, okay, first thing is, let's do a quick categorical assessment of what would be good to do and what would not be good to do. What would be good to do would be to call a client right now, try to sell them a deal, pitch them regardless, whether it's cold call, whatever. That may, X, Y, and Z may equal money. What wouldn't work would be something like staying in bed and watching movies all day, just being lazy. So all of a sudden I started going, all right, let's just choose a bunch of those good things and do them again and again and again and again. And I can control any of the stupid shit or any of the dumb impulses I have as long as I take them out. And as soon as I did that, it was just one thing after another working. And it's very like, I really think that like honesty, and this is a big part of mindset, like if you are honest with yourself, you don't need therapy, you don't need medications, you don't need anything. You don't need a single, you need nothing. Because if you're truly honest, like, wow, I'm a fucking piece of shit, I need to get out of bed. You're like, oh, wow, it's quite obvious. I don't need a fucking therapist to tell me that I'm a piece of shit. I already know that. But people lie to themselves because their mindset is so weak and it's all that stuff. And like I said, it's another reason why I love seeing the stuff you're putting out. Like, it's simple things like that. And once you just go, okay, you did a little switch in your head, it fixes it. I mean,
Yeah,
that kind of that statement that is it starts here, and as soon as you control that, the gate is controlled.
yeah, and that's why I try to break things down to some of those simplistic decision making things, right? Like one of the recent things that I posted was, what's the knee jerk reaction that happens when you get into maybe a near accident. That alone can help someone to understand, like, okay, am I blowing up every single time I get triggered? Or you know what I mean? Like that type of stuff is like, okay, but why? That's like the basics of where I'm trying to lead people to understand is like, you got to figure out, okay, what's making me do that? Okay. Once I understand, okay, yeah, this is me doing that. I'm making that choice. What's leading me to make that choice? Why am I attracted to that choice? Why do I continuously make that choice?
Wow, yeah.
And then that switches everything. That switches everything. Once a person becomes self-aware, like you said, it's really being super hardcore honest with yourself. Like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, no, I do like freaking being mad. Like, okay, I like being mad. I don't like the results though. So let me switch that. Because I want the results. I don't want the feeling of that temporary enjoyment of me yelling at somebody or flipping out and getting that anger dopamine coming through. No, I want to actually focus my mind and get good results. So how do you do that? But that's just some of the stuff that it's like, I don't think people think about that all the time. But the honesty aspect of it, man, that's such a broad thing too. But if people really thought like that, which explains why you've probably made such great progress, man. So let's talk a little bit about that and the company that you built, man. What exactly did you do to mask the 6 figures, almost 7 figures that you're at now?
So first thing is dedication. You know what I mean? Knowing that you can't rest on your laurels. You don't just stop as soon as you do it. You got to keep going. And it's a when you join, it's like, I kind of, the way I think about it is like, when you join the war, you never leave. You go until you fucking die. And that's the harsh reality. And it is good because it means you keep going. A lot of people, they like to like start something and be like, I get side hustles and other little things are more hands up, but like, if you want to try to get to the top, like you're married to it till you die. You're married to the game. And that was the first conclusion was like, I have to keep going. So then it was like your services. So I like focus on like website design, bringing people leads, basically getting paid to solve real problems, not just hooking people up. Say, hey, I'll give you social media because X, Y, Z. It was like, I can bring you these clients. These people will make you more money. And through that, that's a problem solved. I increased your revenue.
Right.
Simple as that. Clear problems. So then I came up with a few services like websites, a lot of advertising, pay-per-click, Facebook ads, stuff like that, website hosting. And then what I did was I spent extra time, even on the weekends, honing that, building better offers, and then just doing those things again and again and again and again and again and again and again. You know, just nonstop, the same little fucking shit. Again, they say, because I box a lot, and they say that the best boxers are the guys that can do the simple, like basic techniques the best. Not the dudes that can, feint a right hand and then throw, a left straight, all this complicated shit. Like Mayweather, one of the greatest. Why? Because he can do the basic shit flawlessly. It's the same little micro. It's not this, I need to then wake up and journal for 3 hours. Then I need to, run and do a handstand. It's like endless shit. It's like, do one thing and become a god at it.
Right.
And then you scale up. And it's that simple. And I was like, as soon as I realized, I was like, it's the same thing with mindset. I don't need to take supplements. I don't need to do it. I just need to be honest with myself. The simple is usually the right way. If it's too complicated, someone's trying to sell you shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's really cool, man. In what amount of time did it take? And then, first, what did you start doing to gain the information to apply it? And then how long has that process been for you so far?
So great question again. For acquiring knowledge, I think, so I've been in this for about 4 years now. For the first 2 years, I would say didn't really do anything. But that was because my mindset was garbage. I was I wanted everything and that's sort of the last 2 years have been absolutely incredible, but it's because that I had that switch. You know what I mean? I in the beginning, I was very much, like most people where I don't want to have to work. I want to focus on the 80%, not the 20%, like really stupid things. And not studying hard, not really doing your due diligence, doing stuff the right way, being very dedicated. I didn't do that. And then I realized, I was like, okay, I decided to adopt some powerful mindset abilities. And I realized, I said, you know what? I need to be honest with myself. Like we just talked about before, Kevin, as soon as I did that, I realized I am being fucking lazy. I'm not actually studying. I'm not actually doing my due diligence. I'm not calling the people I need to be called. I'm not doing those things that I know I should be doing, even though I'm buying into the steady stream of fucking lies coming to my head. I said, you know what? We're closing that border. We're going to fucking just do it the right way. And as soon as I did that, I started scouring YouTube. I started buying online courses. That's a big thing, investing in the proper online courses. That's a big thing that helped me. Mm-hmm. And when I did that, I started to acquire knowledge really fast because I was actually looking for it. You know what I mean? Like saying you're looking for something than actually looking for something is a lot different. So to answer your question, the way I amassed that knowledge, which pushed me the agency forward and, better websites, better funnels, better sales copy, the whole 9 yards, was from being very dedicated and being honest with myself to then push the company to 6 figures, now almost on to 7. But that is only from being honest and really having a take no prisoners mentality. And as soon as you do that, everything is easy because you realize no one else is doing that. It's like so easy. We're up against a bunch of fucking nerds and losers. Like, God bless everyone, but that's it. No one wants to try now. They don't.
Yeah.
It's like 0 point. Like, people constantly rag on famous and rich people, but you look at these guys, whatever, athletes, businessmen, rappers, you name it. A lot of them are pretty normal guys from the regular. It's not like they were blessed with something. They just fucking don't stop. It's that simple. And everyone thinks it's like, well, I wasn't born with this. It's like, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, you could probably attest to that. You know what I mean? It's like such a stupid block.
Yeah, because like you said, what as far as high school and extra schooling and all of that stuff, just so people can understand where you're coming from. It's like he's saying that he didn't really do a whole lot of schooling. It was when he just shifted and was like, you know what? I want this. I want to learn this. I want to be better. I'm gonna be honest with myself. I'm gonna go in this direction going forward, and this is how my life is going to go. And that's the switch. Those are the switches, the little combinations that unlock the stuff that's happened for you, man, which is freaking amazing, dog. But yeah, other than that, man, I just wanted to ask, like, as far as what do you see in the future for the company, or what plans do you have personally in regard to the future?
Yeah, so the first thing is I'm taking to YouTube. So anyone who's watched video, please subscribe. Seriously, tons of marketing tips, tons of learning how to make money online the right way, all that awesome shit. That's the one
What's
big
gonna be
thing.
the name? Is it up yet or not yet?
Yes, it's under Declan OReilly. I can send it to you after. I literally started it a couple weeks ago. I'm getting
Okay.
everything pushing out content. I got video editors behind me. Got a lot of shit, but the big thing is that for the future is the agency Matrimon is moving really well. It's moving fast. And it's not that it's autopilot, but I have so many systems in place that I am now taking to educating people and showing other people the path, as opposed to just doing it for myself. Because now it's kind of creating enough momentum to keep doing its own thing. So now I'm taking YouTube, social media to start showing people the easy way to do a lot of this stuff, because it's not hard.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, like, some of the, like I said, the smartest people I knew from going to school with, and this isn't a knock against, because there's plenty of people that were book smart that did well, but like a lot of them haven't amassed to anything. I mean, I knew a kid that got straight A's and he's working a construction job after college. Like, what happened to all that hard work for school? Like, what? Like, what was the point? And I think it's because a lot of it doesn't have to do what knowledge you retain. It's due to your mindset. That's why I fucking love this channel, Kevin, is that's what it's about. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. And a lot of people don't. That's a big thing I want to show on YouTube and really push, is that, like, it's so easy. Like, another guy I know, he's a friend of mine. He started an agency. He literally, I mean, he has no social media presence, doesn't do any of this stuff. He's making, I think, 100. He has like two people working for him. It's a small operation, but he has, like, I would say 2 people working. I would say he makes, from what he's told me and from like what I've seen on stats, he makes about $120K a month on autopilot. Barely any overhead, like nothing. Like, this guy is like, it's such a small operation, barely pays any, pure profit. And this guy is like, I'm not gonna say his name for the sake of the video, but he'll watch this, he'll know what I'm talking about. But like, he's kind of an idiot. No, I'm serious. Like, you would not think, but he's so dedicated. That's it. I mean, he's really like, you would think he couldn't walk in a straight line. Like, you're like, this guy is fucking, you get what I'm saying. But like, how the hell did he do that? But what's the connection through all these people? They have that mindset. They have that dedication. They have just the basic things, and you can do it. So that's really where I see the future. Online education, showing people the way, showing people how to make money online and all that good stuff. The real question is, Kevin, where do you see the future of Mindset Matters?
Oh, man. So there's so many plans, man. I definitely want to get a building. I'm looking to, because I need a facility to be able to practice mindfulness. Right now, I'm taking this course to get certified in meditation, man. It's I didn't think it was gonna be that deep, but it's pretty deep. I was like, oh man, okay, this is deeper than I thought. So because that also is a major part of people being able to just get control of everything. I believe is really just settling your body down, being able to not feel that anxiousness so much, to have that clarity and focus. It helped me a great deal. That's really why I want to really help people with that. Because I had, man, 5-6 years ago, my anxiety and everything was just through the roof, dude. Like, I always felt like I had to be doing a bunch of stuff, and if I wasn't, I was depressed, and it was just so much that was happening, man. And once I fell upon a good meditation practice, I was like, wait a minute, man. Like, this, I mean, it just gets me through the day, man. It's really, really interesting. But so that's one of the first things that I want to do. I definitely want to just continue to share this information, man. I'm speaking with my guy. I have a person that's helping me. And it's just, I don't think a lot of people know that they need this right now. And it's this interesting that you said, like, this is the new wave, because I've heard that a few other times, and I'm like, wow, that's so interesting, man, because it seems like I've been doing this for like 5 years, just hammering on mindset, and it hasn't really stuck. It's not really like a viral thing, I guess I would say, right? But there are people who, like yourself, are very interested and know that, no, this is a very important thing in life. But no, I just see it just becoming way more of a community, way more of a movement, that's just global, man, like all over the place. Because it's the first thing that people need to understand, that's important before you get, even if you hit the jackpot. Like, you want to have a good mindset of, okay, who am I? What am I doing? What am I going to do going forward? Even if you don't let the money change you, let it enhance you. Right.
Yeah.
That's my thing, is
Yes.
like, it should enhance who you are and not change who you are, to where it's like, oh, you are becoming this different person, or you're doing crazy things, and you're like, what the heck am I doing? Because you got access now, right? But you want to, before you get that access, you want to make sure you have a sound mind and a clear head.
So you're saying you would incorporate meditation into sort of the overall practice and have that kind of go hand in hand with fixing your mindset and stuff like that.
Absolutely, man. It's part of one of the, it's in my program, man. I have meditation is the first thing that you go through. Because it's literally the steps to where I feel like I got to feel like me, like my being of who I am, being solid, like wherever I go, I'm like, yeah, this is me. I went through meditation, and then I went through some discipline practices, which is like just rewiring the brain. Because once I was able to settle down, then I needed to gear it to where I wanted it to go. Right. So I started going into, okay, let me do some affirmations. Let me do some gratitude. Let me really look at life and the basics of it, and be thankful for this stuff, the trees that give you oxygen. It was like a really grounded level that I had got to. And I'm like, oh man, hold on. I'm not paying attention to a lot of stuff that I should really, really be grateful for. And then I just started asking some really deep questions, like, okay, what is trust to me? Like, everybody has a definition. You can Google the definition. What is trust to me, though? Like, how would I define it? As opposed to looking at somebody else telling me something and saying, this is what it means. It's like, no, how do I define that? And based off of how I define that, that's going to make me more solid in a character of who I am. And so if I have a full definition of, look, this is what trust means to me. I don't care what the Webster's dictionary say. This is what it means to me. You know what I mean? That helps you to be more solid as a person, as an individual, and a character in this life, so that wherever you go, you can show up as you. I used to hate the conferences and the goofy stuff, and everybody, hey, how's it going? And it's all this weird, goofy fakeness, man. I wasn't a fan of that. I was like, what's going on, man? Like, how you doing? I'm not, something happened the other day. I wasn't too well. It's like, everybody's, oh, I'm good. I'm great. Things are great. And it's like, no, they're not always great. Things are not always great. Let's just be realistic. But at the same time, we want to have an optimistic view, but let's not put on these masks and these facades and this goofy stuff, man. And that was just one of the things that I wanted to really hone in on. But yeah, I think meditation is super important, though, as far as how that all plays a part in all of this, because you gotta get centered, man.
No, that's incredible. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. But yeah, man, if you had one message you would give to the world, man, what would it be?
It's a good one. Well, the first one would be subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Right.
Yeah, to get rich. But the real thing is also follow all Kevin's shit. He knows what he's doing. He's smart. He'll educate you. He's going to keep growing. Those are the two main things. I think the biggest, as far as like a direct message, is that honesty will never let you down. It'll never betray you, and it'll cheat on you. It'll always be there, as well as discipline. Those are the two things. They will always have your back. I mean, we can't always trust humans. We can't always trust technology. We can't always trust our fucking car. You don't know what it is, but there are two things that you always can. And honesty, it'll always be right, and then discipline. So just think about, are you lying to yourself? Because I guarantee it, most people watching it, they are.
Yeah.
Say it. I mean, isn't it funny how simple it is? It's not like, if you just sit down and be like, okay, I always say, it's like, for a lot of people that are overweight, like if they just sit down and be like, as opposed to trying to take all these weird,
Don't get me started on that one, dude.
This is something that always gets me, is that like there's a million different things that they like. They watch the video and then they want to do the podcast, and then it's the 16 steps, and then drink your like apple cider juice. It's like these stupid little things, but it's like, listen, it's obvious you shouldn't be eating Big Macs like that. Right. That's a fucking given. Then you should move some more. It's like, but I think it's because, Kevin, people lie to themselves so much that they can keep themselves busy with an infinite amount of getting ready. And it's like, and you'll see it in life. Like you know this too, is like the people that succeed, they're just honest with themselves. Because then they know, once you're honest, you know what you have to do. It was that simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple. But that would be my message. That would be my message.
That's a great one, man. And I really appreciate you, bro, for coming on here and sharing your experience, man. Because it's real, man, and people need to hear a lot of the stuff that we talked about. So I hope anybody that watched this, if you made it to the end, you're a legend, because this is good information. All right. And again, applied knowledge is where you start to really go into a direction that you want to go in. And being honest with yourself and discipline, man, that is the key. That is the key, man. So thank you for that. But you guys, this is the Mindset Matters channel. If you like mindset, make sure you like and subscribe. If you found value in this video, absolutely share it with somebody. Okay. But as we always say, mindset matters more than anything else. Focus on the good, focus on the possibilities, and we will see you guys next time. Anytime, and Declan out.
Appreciate it, Kevin.